nostalgic. I used to see their wines all the time in the store when I lived in Barcelona, and then I was reading all the Catalan on the back, and I was like, oh man, I miss Barcelona. So this is such a fun one to be drinking because it really reminds me. It tastes like there. And also Finca Parera is just like super acclaimed as far as natural wine producers go. They were featured in what was it, like Punch, or one of like the most recent like roundups of like best natural wine producers, and with really good reason. And this is one of their fancy ones for a Red Club. So it's 2017 all Sumoll, lighter on the ABV, 12.5%. Um, and yeah, it has some age on it, so that's something that we should expect to have a little bit more complexity to it, potentially a little bit of jamminess. We'll see. So the color is quite ruby, with a decent amount of rim variation, again, because it has some age on it, so that all makes sense. It's a bit cloudy. It definitely, and they don't do like fining or filtering, so that makes sense here. And on the nose, it smells so good. I love it. So it's like kind of like strawberry jam on the top. It does have this jamminess to it. It's like a light, it's like a light jamminess. It's not like intense, I don't know, California jamminess that you might think of. Some spices like maybe like cardamom, things like that. Not as intense as like cinnamon. On the bottom, there's more like cherries. Honestly, not even sure if they're like red or black. Just kind of like maybe like a mix of both. Honestly, you know, like when they have like cherry pie filling where you have like the tart ones and like the cherry pie filler cherries at the same time. The filler cherries are like deep and heavier, and the tart ones are like that's what it smells like. Probably what it'll taste like too. And then like strawberry, I think I already said strawberry jam. I was also just gonna say like a muddled strawberry or something like that. And maybe there's just like a hint of like nuttiness to it, almost like hazelnut, something like that. So let's try it. Mm. I love Sumo because it's so light. Like it's shockingly light for how deep it seems like it's going to be on the palate. Oh, excuse me. So it's like the tannin makes it super easy drinking. I just put a teensy bit of chill on it. You could, in theory, do more. I don't really think it needs it. This is like a really nice bottle that is not like a glue wine. It just so happens to be a lighter structure of grape, almost like in the same way you think about like Gamay. It's just deeper in the flavor profile. So the finish is still so long. It's gorgeous. It's got this like slight nuttiness to it at the end, but then yeah, this like fruity, jammy boldness. It's so hard to describe because it's like boldness, but with like the lightest, most delicate touch. I just love Sumoll, and this is like an amazing example of it, especially with some age. So for pairing, I like the idea of this with like duck in the same way I would pair like burgundy with duck. I think this is perfect for something like that. I like the idea of it with like, if we're talking about food that I want to eat right now, like stuffed peppers or squash. Do really well with like starchy foods like that. Um, in the Still in the vegan vegetarian category, well, I guess it would be vegetarian. Go with halloumi. Um, like crispy fried halloumi would be really nice. Um, Also, you know, we're talking about Penedès, so I can't ignore the elephant in the room. It would still be great with tapas. It'd be great with like calamari. It'd be great with like gambas al ajillo, manchego, whatever you're gonna eat when you go to Barcelona. Perfect with this. So, really special wine. I hope you enjoy it.